Hey guys, how's it going? So, I know the content's been bad, it's been dry, there hasn't been any updates, or lack thereof, but as it turns out, if we go to Chrome, we go to TapTap, since it's not going to be available in your region, we download that, make an account, and we go to TapTap right here. If you don't search for that, but as we search for just break the chains, there's going to be 3 of them now. The first one is what you're familiar with. That's just going to be our game, or the Chinese sort of Asian market one. But then you're going to notice 2 more. The second one is a pre-register. We're not going to be worried about that one, as it's for iOS. But this third one is actually the Arabic version of Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains. And if we go to download that really quick, there can be any cuts here. It's almost a gigabyte in size, but there's a lot of surprising changes in that, and we're going to go over everything here. Make sure you get permissions to TapTap to install applications. And we're going to hit play. Of course, Game Samba. Now, while this does look familiar, and after we do the update, there's a completely new experience here. And I was very pleasantly surprised as I first started playing this, as if you go to one of the data miners' Twitter, and you look at the sort of updates we should have received, everything that was on that sort of, I would say, roadmap is in this game. All the updates, new elements. For whatever reason, this Arabic version of Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains has every single feature we should have received. And it just came out, so we're gonna take a look here, as it seems to be a completely different experience. And despite the familiarity between the 2 games, I found myself having a better time with this one. Of course, we'll go over everything that's different between the 2, and hopefully you'll be able to decide which one that you want to play. I probably personally recommend this one at the moment, but according to the community manager of the Ever version, not the Arabic one, we may see some features from this one, some updates. They're still working on an update, but as of right now, we have yet to receive any information. And it seems just playing this one, as it's far along ahead, seems to be more worth it. Alright, just finishing up here. Takes a bit on your first playthrough, and here we go. Allow. Tap to start, and you'll notice you don't even need to register an account right away, which makes re-rolling way easier. Of course, it's going to be the same story, so we're going to skip here. Gameplay is pretty much the same, but they have tweaked quite a few things here, such as mechanics, how bosses work, elements. So we're just going to get through this tutorial real quick. Very simple. It's actually quite surprising how to guess login. And you'll notice 50. There's actually a good reason for us receiving so many of those. Ignore the glitches, believe it's the DPI set. I'm gonna skip this. It's gonna force you to do this. You'll notice the rewards are actually quite different just besides the diamonds you receive. Quite generous. But, again, a very good reason for that one. Just gonna do a random one. Hit recruit. Very different banner. Just gonna skip through this one. Nope. Forgot you can't skip that. One SSR. I do recommend rerolling for Kaneki or for Toka, since it seems like Kaneki is pretty good in this game. Or going for Toka, since she seems to be built like Juzo, which is very interesting. And they did make her an SSR. 60 of them. Again, we'll get to that one. Gonna add Rize here, who actually is not that good in this game since they changed her kit completely. And Shachi is actually Dark Element here, and has Rize's kit, which is very interesting. Okay, gonna select this one, that one, yep, keep going. No criticals there. And you'll notice 2 new elements now. If you go to that specific page there, they did bring up the Justice and the Law elements, which are just light and dark, but in the Arab version, it's actually in here, which is very, very interesting. But it's very nice to see that they actually implemented that, since it's something we should have received by now, but they've changed the elements of Shachi, Hanami, and they just... Well, even the new Shinohara would have been Dark Element, and he is here. Or at least will be. But on the original version, they never implemented those new elements, and here we just get them. So it's very nice to be able to try that out here. Gonna skip ahead. Since we're free from the tutorial... No, this is another thing. The campaign has different levels to it. Different depths. I believe it does go over 100, but a lot of the players have not reached that level just yet, including myself on my main account. I'm just doing this to try to go through this experience as a new player. But you do get promotional stones, you get XP bucks, you get some reasonable rewards. There's different bosses of each region, which is something we, again, would have received. Of course, we're going to Addo, we're going to start. And of course, he's an SR now in this game, which is kind of funny. I'm going to do this. Nope. The tutorial is completely different here, too. We're just gonna select that, Yep. And of course, Rize's green element here, which is different. But also not that good of a unit here either, and there is a tier list, an in-game tier list here that you can look at different units sort of get a baseline of how good they are, which is very interesting. So I'll be showing that as well once I'm free from the tutorial. And of course the boss. But as we're going through here, quite a few different changes in game modes. Not a whole lot I can really show because the tutorial is longer than the other game. So we're just going to try and wrap this up as fast as we can. Just trying to show as much as I can here on a new account. And the training tutorial. This tutorial is actually a lot nicer than the original game as well, because it actually shows you everything. After speaking to the community manager, it does seem like they're working to make as many improvements as possible, so as much as the other sort of developer has stated that, they're actively making improvements even now. It was quite nice to see. Now this tutorial just shows you just about everything, which is interesting. The original game just felt very bare bones. It doesn't really do too much here. Oh yeah, and different animations for ultimates as well. Instead of the base Kaneki, you do get the interesting one. And there is up to 3 times an animation, which is pretty nice. Which is also something that the developer notes mentioned in the other game, but we just never received. And from my understanding, I believe the AI here is also different. It isn't just random. So that was also nice to see on the main account I have here. And we appear to be free. Now, the login rewards are also quite different, at least for the launch. You do get quite a bit of diamonds, but from what I will say here, don't let that think you get a lot of them, just because of how the currency is so different here. Now, second day and third day, these units aren't actually that bad here. 7th day you get Shu, who actually works like Iwao here from the original game. He does counter, he does shield. It was pretty interesting to see. We're gonna skip here. Now if we go to recruit, you're gonna notice that it costs 3,000 diamonds for each multi, so that's what I was trying to get at. That means in total, you need about, I would say about 90,000 diamonds just for a full rotation. But in comparison, the other game wasn't as generous with diamonds as you think. They didn't give you as much, but summons just didn't really cost as much compared to here. But there's level races. It does encourage you to get up in power, it does reward you here, which is pretty nice to see. There's weekly top-ups instead of monthly. And you do get things like this, but it does encourage you to spend harder, which is a bit unfortunate. Novice does not expire. If you go up in the campaign, you are rewarded for it. You don't have to spend anything for it. You do go up to 4 multis. And of course a login can always be viewed right here, and you do get a starter material, which is really nice to see. You have your generic 7-day here as well. This is just for the novice. Now going back to the different things, there are very interesting level requirements here. Even the exchange shop is different. So, let's just sort of do our first one here. Not too bad. Achievements list is just about the same, except it gives a lot of tickets as well. They're very generous about tickets here, which is really interesting to see. Daily quests are modified. Of course, we have Ken Kaneki coming. And this game is an open beta like the other one. And you can link it, and you do get rewarded for it. Backpack system's just about the same. But, other than that, this game is just completely different. You'll notice that Toka's a different element, Amon is. The Bin brothers are SSRs. They're an SSR. Nora was actually pretty good in this game. And they did change Shu to where he will counter, which is very interesting. And the menu was different in this game as well. It looks nicer, it's cleaner. Multipliers are different. Just some things to keep in mind here, as we do see that it does seem very improved. Of course, we have Dark Emlyn right here, completely different kit. He does kind of work like Rize. Just gonna look at his passives really quick. But if you do play this game, there is a few things to keep in mind. Number one, there is a VIP system. Just like Dark War. Good or bad thing, but bad thing if you plan on not really spending as much, good for people that do. And it does encourage you to spend quite a bit. Number two is, it's harder to get to certain places. There's a lot more paid packs. You'll notice that the advancement packs are all paid for now. Of course, a novice pack. Now that price is a conversion, but monthly is different, but quite a bit generous. And of course the VIP system now. You can top up, each pack has different values, and the more you spend, the more rewards you unlock. Of course, there's an encouragement right there. The VIP level does not reset. It does keep going up, so you won't be able to keep getting the same rewards there. And the prices are a bit different as well. Keep in mind, that does only give you about 2.5 multis. But, what do you think about this game? Are you gonna play? Do you think it's better than the other one? I would say it's a vast improvement. They have about 4 different arena game modes. There's a lot more content. It is more grinding. You do grind more to get to places, but I will leave the download in the description. I will also leave the official Discord for this game as well. But thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll check this game out and tell me what you think about it.